Hello and welcome to the Full Cycle Full Review. I'm Matti.
And I'm Rory.
And this is our full review of the newly redesigned 2016 Kona Hei Hei Trail.
So this is the trail version of Kona's full-out cross-country, full suspension race bike that the Kona factory team's been using for the last couple of years.
Now what makes this the trail version of that bike?
Well, they still make a Hei Hei race, which is the full-out race bike, but this is the trail version. And what they've done here is they've gone with 120 mils in the front instead of 100 mils. Basically, it gives you 20 mils extra suspension as you know you would expect with a 120 mil fork, but it also slackens the head angle just a little bit, from 69 degrees in the race bike to 68 degrees in the trail bike.
A little bit more forgiving on downhills.
A little bit more forgiving, a little bit more like a trail bike, just very playful. Instead of instead of your weight being a little further forward, your weight's just a little bit further back. You ride this bike and you kind of look for things to jump off of, things to have fun with on the way down the hill. It's this particular one at $3,100. The Hei Hei Trail is spec'd with a 2x10 drivetrain, Dior front crankset, XT rear derailleur, Rockshocks Recon fork, and the Rockshocks Monarch RL shock.
And Kona's gone to the trouble of drilling out the frame for any internal routing needs you have, whether it's DI2, dropper post, rear suspension upgrades.
Well, back up a second here, dropper post. So this is a trail bike.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a dropper post.
Right. What do you think?
I think it's kind of a smart move because everybody's partial to a particular dropper post. Right. You know, whether it's a Fox dropper or a Kind Shock dropper or a Rockshot
4-inch or 5-inch.
Yeah, it depends on what you want, right?
Yeah.
So they've given you the option, and with the price point of these bikes, the entry trail being at 31, the deluxe trail being at about 4, it's still very, very reasonable for the package. So you just throw a dropper post in it. When you buy the bike, you upgrade the post to a drop post, if that's what you want.
Yep.
The big story here, though, Matty, is the redesign of the rear suspension. What's going on there?
So there used to be a pivot right here, but what they did was they just removed it.
It's not there anymore.
It's not there anymore.
No, there's no pivot.
So this is a single piece of aluminum all the way down the back here. It's lost a ½ pound, so the bike's significantly lighter. Now the aluminum is now what's giving you the flex.
Kona calls it their fuse independent rear suspension. That's a little tough one to say. Fuse independent rear suspension. But essentially it's missing that one pivot and the aluminum flexes.
Yep.
The concern, of course, for most people is should aluminum be flexing? You know what? I had that concern myself, but to be honest, it works very well. I've ridden this bike. It climbs like a race machine. It descends like a trail bike. It's exactly what they've designed it to do.
Well, and the reality is, if it wasn't built up to snuff, I mean, they wouldn't be offering a full lifetime warranty on the frame.
It's a full lifetime warranty on this frame, so the consumer doesn't need to be concerned about whether this is going to be an issue in the future or not.
Yeah.
Full lifetime warranty. The whole thing works. It's lighter. It's stiffer. Basically, that's almost a holy grail. That's what we're all looking for. Lighter, stiffer, faster, and we've all got it in one package here. So I would say if you're the kind of guy who likes to do, or girl, who likes to do Tuesday Night Race Series, or even if you're doing the series in the state series or the provincial series or whatever you're doing, but you still want the ability to go and shred with your buddies on the weekend, this is a fantastic option.
So basically it's your do-everything, confidence-inspiring
cross-country, but also trail bike.
Yeah.
That's it. It's do everything. If you need any more information on this and you live nearby, feel free to stop by the shop, take one out for a test ride, see how you like it. If not, click the link above.
Actually, the link is right here.
The link's over there, or over, I don't know, wherever you find the link. Click the link, get more info on the bike, and thanks for watching the full review. Welcome to the Brewview after the review.
So we're going to try to pair a beer with the bikes we're reviewing. So with the Hei Hei Trail.
Right. I think we're both kind of in agreement on this. It's got to be the Bose Lug Tread. It's got to be.
We're pairing it with the Bose. And now that's a complimentary thing. I mean, you're riding the Hei Hei Trail. It's sort of an all-day thing. You could be out for 3-4 hours. You want a beer that's not too heavy. You're dehydrated.
I could ride that bike all day long. I could drink this beer all day long. I think that in itself that's enough. That's a testimony. So we should say cheers.
Yeah.
Bose Lug Tread.
Yeah.
A preferred beer for the Hei Hei Trail.